This two-colored-eyed boy is running fast with another child on his back. He is very focused and determined to save the child on his back. He is trying his best, but one man catches him and kicks him to the ground. Then a bold guy comes with a bleeding hand. He is angry because this boy is the one who bit his hand. He starts beating him, but the boy quickly covers his sister to protect her. She is crying, seeing her brother get beaten up. Kaisalon tells Logan that he is a slave, so they should just go. Logan says that he knows that, but he seems to recognize the unique features of this boy. He heard of someone with blue hair, red and blue odd eyes, a slave before, but he can't remember it. Then he remembered it. This boy's name is Victor. Kaisalon is confused about what he is saying. Logan tells him that it's nothing. Actually, Logan is in shock because he never thought of meeting this boy here. In his previous life, there was an immensely famous aura user in the kingdom, a slave in the past, who ran away after killing his master. After being wanted for killing countless soldiers and knights who pursued him, along with even nobles, he went into hiding as a wanted criminal. Then, around 10 years later when he reappeared, he used aura, proof that he had ascended past humanity. After that, he slaughtered the entire family that had owned him. From then on, he killed every noble he came across in Grandia and earned the title of Noble Slayer as an aura user. That slave escape incident happened about a year after Logan became a mercenary. So, in that case, according to the timeline, he would indeed be a slave right now. So Logan was thinking if he rescues this boy right now, then he will have a future aura user on his side. But the problem is that this guy is an unstoppable homicidal maniac. Then this boy bit that man again. He is like a double-edged sword, and if not handled properly, then it can hurt its user. But Logan was thinking that if he's a lethal weapon who'll slash his own ally, then he can just lock him up. So, he decided to intervene and protect him. He stops that man's kick with his sword. That man starts thinking about who he is and how the hell did he stop him. Then he saw the McLean family crest on his armor and took his leg back. He starts saying that he is embarrassed that he didn't see that he is a customer and says that he is just teaching the goods that weren't listening. He is referring to both siblings as goods. Then he asks Logan about what service he needs. Logan told him that he wants to buy both these children. That man says that both of them are rare red and blue odd-eyed children, so they're pricey. Logan asks him about the price first. That man says that at least 10,000 for each one. The price of a sturdy young slave costs around 300 gold, and he's setting many-fold times the price for kids who are nothing but skins and bones. Well, considering the worth of a noble slayer, 10,000 is still cheap, but there's no way this guy knows that. And above all, Logan doesn't want to let this scumbag make money from the children. So Bjorn starts stating facts about the pricing and said that one of them looks like he's on the verge of death. The boy who was protecting her sister, he is beaten very hard, and her sister is crying. That man says that they are only one on the sale here. Logan told him that the most he can give is 500 gold for each. That man says that it won't even cover their original price. Logan saw anger and asks him if he thinks that he doesn't know the cost of a slave. He scared the trader. The trader starts thinking about how much trouble this kid had caused him, and he is sure that he will do it in the future too. So, he just agrees on Logan's terms. That kid called Victor woke up after some time. He was on the back of Kaisalon. Kaisalon was confused seeing that he is already up because his injury wasn't one that should allow such a quick recovery. Logan also says that he woke up in no time. Actually, Logan was the one who was secretly releasing force as they are moving, so it's only obvious that he healed faster. It's better than the magic of most low-level priests. However, the sister of Victor is able to detect the force that even Kaisalon failed to detect. It looks like she is going to become an archmage or something in the future, but Logan just ignored it, thinking that it must be a coincidence. Of course, the noble slayer is not going to back down so easily just like that. He jumped from Kaisalon's back to attack Logan. Of course, Logan easily dodged his attack and caught his hand very easily and grabbed him by his neck. It looks like he is not planning to go easy even on a kid. Logan says that he doesn't know if he is just full of spirit or just plain stupid. He asks the sister to run from there, and her sister's name is Rie. Then Logan squeezes more hard and asks him if he doesn't get the situation he is in. Did he look like that slave merchant to him? that he can easily run from his grasp. He told him that it's great that he is full of fighting spirit, but he should learn to pick his opponents wisely. And he hopes that this will be the last warning he needs. And if he obeys him, then he guarantees that he and his little sister will be safe. But if something like this happens again in the future, then he will get rid of him and his little sister. Then Victor nods in agreement. Well, that's all he can do in this situation. Then Bjorn releases him, and he falls to the ground. Then Logan leans towards him and thinks that it should be enough. He is using the carrot and stick strategy here to win this kid. He says that he is planning to foster him as a knight. He is very surprised to hear that. He asks him again if he really means him. Logan says that's right. And he must know this too, but he still will tell him that knights are honorary nobles. So naturally, he will be able to escape his status as a slave too. And not just him, but his sister as well. He looks at his sister and says that he will do it. Logan understands that his sister was the way to control the noble slayer's violent nature. Then he says that it's great, and he will start his training once they reach the McLean house. Then he asks the dwarf to come with him for a moment. The dwarf was a little surprised. Then Logan told him that he will write down a contract now. Logan says that it will be a magic contract, and it says that if he works for him for 20 years, then Logan will send him back to the mountains. The dwarf was very shocked. He is really thinking of sending him back to his home. Logan says that it's hard to trust a promise that's only words in the air. Then he asks the dwarf if he wants it or not. The dwarf says that, of course, he will do it at all costs, and he will make anything he wants him to make. He was so happy that he started crying. Well, Logan is doing all this to get him motivated, but the dwarf can't hide his happiness. Well, they are showing it good, but it saw what he has gone through. With this, Bjorn got everything he wanted out of this outing. Rather, he overachieved his goals since he even got the noble slayer. So, the preparation for the war between the fiefs is going to be smooth. At this point, Logan didn't know yet that the rumors of his strange behavior had already spread throughout the entirety of McLean during the outing, and his reputation had hit rock bottom and was going underground now. And that Rick was drowning in the mess trying to make amends. Poor Rick.